Is the mark of the beast technology already here, and is it ready to be released in our world today? We're gonna look into this video together, and you make the decision yourself. We're gonna continue this video, but the first thing you gotta understand is, it's so convenient. It's just a little chip. Swedish company says it has a chip that can hold information about your vaccination status. We all know around the world today that they're trying to push this vaccine, push this passport. Without it, you can't buy or sell. And this is why many people say that this is the mark of the beast, this COVID vaccine. But I've done a video on this, seeing that there's certain signs that must be met in Revelation chapter 13. Is not there yet, but we're very close. But look at this technology. It's already there to hold certain vaccination status, knowing whether people have taken the vaccine or not. So small you can embed it into your arm. This has been worked on for years. This technology.
Implants are a very versatile technology that can be used for many different things. And right now, it's very convenient to have a COVID passport always accessible on your implant.
The key word that you and I have to hear is this: convenient. It's very convenient to have something, and for years people have been talking about having a chip. No matter the exact location, nobody knows exactly. The Bible talks about the right hand or the forehead, okay? But the idea is that it is convenient where they just scan you and they have all your medical information. They know whether you've taken the vaccine or not, and that's how they track you. But the important thing you and I have to remember, we're gonna read Revelation chapter 13 and 14 right after this clip, and it's so important for you and I to pay attention, because if we're not careful, we're gonna fall to the trap of this technology that could possibly be the mark of the beast. Can send data to any NFC compatible device such as a smartphone. Sending your data. You don't have privacy anymore. Whatever you have on your smartphone, do you think is private? You have password, there's no privacy because they're tracking you. That's how the end time is going to be. If you don't take certain vaccines, if you don't obey certain teachings and allegiance to the Antichrist, then you are going to be killed or slaughtered. The technology is not new. The first person who have been microchipped was in 1998. They claim, here's the thing, they claim that this procedure is completely reversible. Let me tell you something, when the real mark of the beast comes, it's gonna be the same way. People are gonna say, like, you know what? Just take this for now. It may not be the mark of the beast. If you just take it, just plead allegiance to this beast, even though there are all these signs that talked about in Revelation chapter 13, supernatural signs deceiving the whole world. Just take it, and then later on, just take it off. It's gonna be reversible. That is gonna be one of the lies that you have to be able to know, as they tell you that it's reversible. But the Bible tells us that when you take the mark of the beast, it is not reversible. So when you see that there's a false prophet, when there's an antichrist calling people to allegiance to worship this beast, and there's an image on the wall speaking, deceiving a lot of people, signs, wonders, and miracles, calling fire down from heaven, we see all these signs talked about in Revelation chapter 13, and they tell you, hey, it's reversible, it's convenient, just do it. Remember, don't do it, because it may be reversible. You can take out that particular chip or whatever it is, but it will not be reversible spiritually for you. Anyone who's taking the mark of the beast have no salvation. This is very clear. So don't let this kind of propaganda, when it happens, to fool you, because it is not reversible. The chips are not yet for sale. They're being implanted already. We have just seen what the technology can do in our world today, but this is the part you don't want to skip, because if you don't understand what the Bible talks about the mark of the beast, when that time comes, you may very well take it with your family, and there'll be no salvation then. So make sure you look at this right now in Revelation chapter 13, starting in verse 16, and then we're going to go one chapter later. Verse 16, it says that he caused us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and then no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark of the name name of the beast or the number of his name. To a certain extent, you're seeing this today. If you don't take the vaccine, some people are losing their jobs. And here in Canada, it's the same thing. And even though right now we don't see all the signs in Revelation chapter 13 talk about the false prophets and the Antichrist coming with all these lying signs and calling down fire from heaven, we know it's not there. So we know the mark of the beast is not exactly here yet, but the technology is here. It's ready to be released. And when it is released, who is it going to say that you are not going to take it if right now you're succumbing to the pressure of taking whatever thing that the government wants you to take? And here's the warning in Revelation chapter 14 verse 9. It says, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of the torment ascends forever and ever, and they'll have no rest day or night who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. And here's the patience of the saints. Here are those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Did you know that one of the commandments that the true saints of God who are going to keep are those who will not take the mark of the beast? They'll not take it no matter what. When it happens, they're like, you know what? You can take my life, you can take my family, you can take whatever I have, but you will not have my allegiance to the Antichrist, to the systems of the world. That's not what you will have. And this is why in verse 12 it says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are those who keep the commandments of God. You have to understand that in the end time, Jesus already warned us that because lawlessness will abound, there's so many evil, so much bad things happening, the love of many will grow cold. And that's why he who endures till the very end will be saved. This is a very, very serious warning from the Bible. You and I as believers and followers of Jesus Christ, we have to make sure that on that day we can stand. And to know whether you'll stand that day or not when persecution comes, you ask yourself today, am I ready today? If they say you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your life, you're going to lose everything you have, but you have to stand for the Lord Jesus Christ, are you ready? Don't just say, oh yeah, when it comes, I'm going to be ready. So many people deceive themselves thinking that they're going to be ready when they really enforce the mark of the beast. But when there's pressure from work, pressure from the friends, pressure from the church, and yet they just succumb to whatever pressure that is. And they just trust everything that the official authority tell them. But how many trust the official truth from God? And so right now I pose the question back to you. Is the technology already here? Is the mark of the beast ready to be revealed? By now we probably have a pretty clear idea where this mark of the beast is today, especially relating to its technology. But if you want to know whether the current COVID vaccine is the mark of the beast or not, you need to watch this video right here where I talk about whether the vaccine currently is the mark of the beast and why many Christians will take it. You need to watch this right here. Click like in this video, share the gospel, share, people need to hear it because Jesus is coming soon. Until then, God bless you.